This devotional reading is inspired by anatomy. Each human is absolutely unique and known in an intimate way by his maker. Not only does God know the number of hairs on our head, but he knows everything else about us. There is nothing he has designed and nothing we are experiencing which is not apparent to our maker. One example of our uniqueness is our iris. Every person's iris is a unique combination of blue, green, brown color pigments arranged in a specific pattern. Look closely at your iris and you will see a number of star-like patterns. Each person's iris actually has at least 266 identifiable measurement points unique to any given individual. By comparison, our fingerprints have only 35 measurable points. The odds of one person having exactly the same iris as any other person is 1 out of 10 by the power of 78. This probability is far less likely than randomly selecting a single special electron from a random mixture of every electron in the entire universe, i.e., an impossibility. Every person that God created is totally uniquely and individually special. God knows everything about you and loves you more than you can possibly imagine. Yet, without freedom, there can be no love. That's so cool. So Jesus gives you the freedom to love, obey, and worship him, or to reject his love and live for yourself. Fairly simple and straightforward, to the point, right? That was all for the reading, and this is the scripture quoted of the day in the book is 1 Corinthians 2:9. But as it is written, eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. So cool. That's all for the reading of this great book, Inspired Evidence by Bruce Malone and Julie Von Vad. I wanted to read another scripture verse that we read at my church today. Is Sunday. So it was 1 Chronicles chapter 28, and it was verse 8. I want to read it. It goes like this. Now therefore, in the sight of all Israel, the congregation of the Lord, and in the audience of our God, keep and seek for all commandments of the Lord your God, that you may possess this good land and leave it for an inheritance for your children after you forever. Verse 9. And thou, Solomon, my son, know thou the God of thy father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind. For the Lord searcheth all hearts, and understandeth all the imaginations of the thoughts. If thou seek him, he will be found of thee. But if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever. Okay? Do you get it? It's pretty amazing. So in other words, if we seek the Lord, he's there for us always and forever. And if we reject him, or if thou forsake him, he will cast thee off forever. So you might want to think twice about what you believe in, because you're going to be in trouble when you die. You know, you're going to be facing the Lord. I'm just saying. But we have a responsibility. I'm paraphrasing my pastor. Okay. He said, our responsibility is to know God and serve him. So you know how, I don't know, I know we all get excited about serving in church. If you go to church, like you want to either sing or play music or teach or all kinds of different roles in ministry, right? But of course, it doesn't stop there, because the ministry leaves the church and goes out on missions, the missionaries, or unofficially missionaries, if you're not part of an institution. You have the free will to serve God in any way and every way possible. So what I'm trying to say is that, of course, the serving the Lord does not stop in a church. It has to leave the church, because obviously, like, all the people that are in church have been called and are there because they've been called, and they know, at least to some level, the Lord, right? So those that know the Lord have to obviously go out into the world and spread the word to those that hate God, or don't know him, or don't believe in him, or don't trust him, or don't care about him, etc., etc., etc. So, in other words, maybe the best way you can serve is by talking to your neighbors or your classmates or anybody in between about how amazing he is, and the miracles or testimony that you have regarding him, and go from there. I also gotta say that sometimes that can be a little tricky with some people, because, like, for example, if you like, in my personal life, I went through an experience in my life that made me go 360 in a circle, and totally changed my life drastically, going from the person I was before to a newborn Christian woman. I've been through a lot, and it's been a long road, but I've surpassed the obstacles, and they keep coming and getting thrown at me, and I keep just dodging them. Get away, get away, get away, get away. I sometimes get the feeling that when they hear my testimony or know about it, they believe that I made a drastic change in my life, going from the party girl I was to the Christian woman I am, because of that incident that happened to me. You know, they might think that, oh, you became a Christian now because you were so wild and you actually died, that the only thing that was gonna, you scared yourself, so now you're a Christian. You get it? And no, that's not the case. That is not the case. If you think about it, that's coming from the point of view of a person that's dirty inside, like, it's bitter and just wants to battle. Because if you walk in the light of God, you should understand that what happened, for example, in my life, is a big rude awakening of a great example that Jesus Christ can save your life for the better. It's not a coincidence that I decided to become a Christian because I was so wild out that I scared myself, and so I decided to start going to church and becoming a Christian. Well, blah blah blah. No, don't get it confused. It was the Lord. It's a spiritual, it's a spiritual fight. It's a bam bam bam. It's a battle of the minds, of souls, and of spirits. It's a spirit battle. So, like, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can, but it's basically the devil trying to fight with me. So that's all I wanted to say for today. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching the video. You're awesome. And of course, we read here the King James Version Bible. And that is all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with the next day of the devotional reading with the book Inspired Evidence. Have a great day.